Welcome back. Point of no return, man. We know too much. We've seen too much. We've been through too much. We are experiencing way too much. God to reveal himself to us way too much over and over again for us to go back to the way we used to be, the way we used to think, react, and respond to life, man. It's your Holy Ghost homeboy Slim. SLIMM, simply living in my moment, which means yesterday is gone, tomorrow's never promised. So all you have is right now, this moment, and I hope you're fully living in yours because I'm fully living in mine, man. Just back with another quick word, man. Your growing pains are indication that change is near, necessary, or warranted. You feel me? So you got to be okay with the discomfort. You got to be okay with feeling uncomfortable. You got to be okay with feeling uneasy. You know what I'm saying? Don't be stressed out. Don't be anxious for anything. Pray about everything. But I want you to anticipate that the change that you seek and that you desire is you becoming that change. You actively embodying that change, and you're watching everything change around you. You're watching your reality change. You're watching your dreams come true. You're watching God show up and move and do so much in your life. You're watching life interact with you and respect you at a level that has never been achieved before. You know what I'm saying? Since then. Why? Because you respect yourself. Why? Because you didn't complain about the work. You didn't complain about the things that you had to do, the practice, the extra credit. You didn't complain about the extra assignments, all these things that God gave you to do, all these tasks, all these assignments, all these questions and demands that you had to meet and that you had to exceed and that you had to uphold. You became the change that you sought. You know what I'm saying? So when you get back to these places that you once were comfortable at, you realize that you do not feel comfortable. Why? Because you saw the best version of yourself. You saw your best life. You saw a capsulated image of who you're supposed to be and where you're supposed to be. And because you had that vision, because you had that moment, because you had that epiphany, because you had that opportunity to go ahead, you feel me, and see what God got for you, that's all that you want. So until you get there, you're going to be uncomfortable. Until you get back to your home, back to your peace, back to your love, back to your joy, back to your balance, back to your harmony, back to everything that makes you you, you're going to feel uncomfortable. So you created these environments, you feel me, like these ecosystems for you to protect your energy, to protect your power, to protect your aura, to protect your dreams, to protect your goals, your visions, to protect your natural skills, talents, gifts, and abilities in order to be able to use them not only for yourself, but for the greater good of humanity, but also for the kingdom, but also for God directly. You know what I'm saying? Like that's your boss. You know what I'm saying? That's who you work for directly. So you've been using all that you are in order to make everything better for you and around you. And you created these systems even when you have harm coming your way, darkness coming your way, all these weapons that are never going to prosper, all these people that are barking up the wrong tree, all these things that are trying to oppose what God has already approved. You've created a way to have peace within this system. So that's why you are comfortable in sometimes what it seems like a chaotic situation. That's why you seem sane in a circumstance where it would break somebody's psyche. That's why you seem bold when you face opposition to where they're trying to make you afraid, but you feel no fear. You fear no one but God himself. You know what I'm saying? And you respect harmony so much. Like you respect the balance of life so much. You respect the circle of life so much that you will allow everything to reset, and your hard work has broken these chains and severed these generational curses. You've been doing your work in the spiritual realm and in the physical realm by not only having faith, but putting in the work and actually answering the call and living up to the expectation that God has for you. You've been doing it, so you've been moving your mountains and pushing them down into the sea. You've been parting the Red Sea. You done made it out the lion's den. You done made it out the belly of the whale. You feel me? You done made it out the snake pit. You done made it out the fiery furnace. You done made it out, you being in a drought in the wilderness. You done made it out the flood. You losing everything. You done made it out, you know what I'm saying, attached to your mind and your physical, having the seizures and having breakdowns and having moments to where you didn't have clarity, having moments to where everything about you was questioned, what's real, what's not. So you done been, you know what I'm saying, in the clear for so long, and things continue to happen. You get stronger, you get closer to God, and you know that when you feel the pains, when you feel the discomfort, when you feel the uneasiness, change is inevitable. We know that when you was growing, right, when you was getting tall as a child, your knees used to hurt, your bones used to hurt. When a snake shed its skin in order to grow bigger and length and width, it has to get that skin off. It ain't just gonna come out by itself. It gotta rub against hard surfaces and porous surfaces in order to help, get that skin off. The same thing when a hermit crab outgrows its little shell, it has to go and find another shell, and they do a swap. And I'm saying is, we just trying to find a life that's for us. We just trying to find a path that's for us. We just trying to find a way that God has for us. And by us continuing to not be frustrated with the discomfort and uneasiness, but welcome it as a way to challenge yourself and to challenge your thinking and to challenge your reality to have a different level of life, a different level of understanding, a different level of interpretation of what's going on, a different level of perspective and a different mind state to be able to see the good despite the bad, to be able to see the great despite the mistakes, to be able to see your best despite your worst. It takes for you to be with God and for God to be with you. So we at this point again where we at a point of no return. We look back and that bridge is burnt to our past life, to our past way of thinking, to our past way of existing, to our pathway of just wanting to live and wanting to experience life and how we want life to interact with us. Like that way is old, and we don't even look back because we don't want to go back to those days when we were doubting ourselves or questioning ourselves or questioning God or questioning our role. We are defined. You know what I'm saying? We are figured out. We have our purpose. We have our mission. We have our assignments, and we going about it the right way, the godly way, the righteous way. And it's created a foundation that has been unbreakable, unshakable. But what happens is, as you increase with new levels, man, you just feel funny. You just feel like, man, I've outgrown this tank. I need a bigger ocean. I need a place to stretch my legs. I need a place to be able to yawn, to be able to crack all these old bones, to be able to yell if I need to be able to roll around 1,000,000 times if I need to, just to have room, just to be me, just to be free, just to be able to smile, just to be able to radiate, just to be able to be accepted, to be loved, to be appreciated, just to be able to live and be able to put my gifts to use and be able to be, again, a prophet and prophet. We all gotta want to do something that's bigger than ourselves in order to help other people. You know what I'm saying? It's not just good enough for me to be able to take care of just me and my family. I want to be able to take care of all that God places under my path, under my care. I want to be able to set free and watch people fly that I got under my wings, because that's what the people who have raised me, all my mentors, all my father figures, all my motherly figures, all the people that I've looked up to this whole time, and I've been taking not only what they do right, but learning from the things that they do wrong, and all their advice, all the things that they speak into me and pour into me, the confidence and the belief that they give into me for me to continue to be myself. You know what I'm saying? These are the people that I'm trying to take care of and more. So in order for me to do that, we got to have a big blessing, and we got to live in abundance, and we got to live in an overflow that is unlike any other. You know what I'm saying? Because we got a heart to give and give and give and give and give, and that's where you got to be. You know what I'm saying? And this discomfort this whole time is what's been elevating you and moving you up and giving you that touch above and making you see unconditionally the best and the good in people. And if people are not right, it makes you be able to walk away from people, circumstances, situations and places and things that's not for you, and have a peace and no remorse. You know what I'm saying? So don't trip about the discomfort. Don't trip about the changes that you undergoing. Don't trip about the transformation. Just understanding that evolution, once it starts, it's out of your hand. But what comes out, if you allow it to really just take a hold of you and really just run this course, what you come out is better on the other end, because you get stronger mentally. As long as you stronger mentally, as long as you stronger spiritually, your body gonna follow. Where your head go, the body will follow. So where your heart go, you know what I'm saying, where your emotions go, all these things is secondary to what you have up here. It's secondary to what you got in your gut, that faith. All these things is going to follow once you strengthen and once you fortify yourself mentally and spiritually. And once you've done that and you took on the challenge of surviving a great awakening and not having a breakdown, but having a breakthrough, and now you're about to receive these blessings. Now you can implement all these things that you've been having planned for years. You know what I'm saying? We get to living and witnessing in real time. So please don't let the discomfort, don't let none of these things scare you. Don't let the pain scare you. Don't let none of these things scare you. Just understand that you are elevating, you are moving up. Once you feel, you know, these growing pains, that just means that change is coming. It's warranted, it's necessary, it's needed, but it's definitely here. And if you just go with it and I fight against your higher self and I fight against your spirit, man, you're going to see that your body and your physical going to be better than it's ever been. But man, them growing pains is just indication that the best version of yourself is of you. Till next time, Slim.